Good evening, my name is Garrett and welcome to The Last Call. Tonight's final drink is from Balcones. This is Texas rum, coming in at a 58.5% ABV, at least 2-year age statement. Now, I've done several Balcones and I've done several rum, so I'm very curious what the combination of those two things will do for us. They source their molasses and they pot still it through their handmade copper pot still, and look at how they just in the bottle, 2 years. Now, one thing to note that this does vary proof-wise from batch to batch. Some will go higher, some will go lower, just depending because they don't do a bunch of it at a time. So, as always, we're trying it 2 different ways. First way, neat, no ice, no water. Second way, we'll add a drop of water, see what changes up. Yeah, I more recently just arrived a couple days ago from when I'm recording this, so I'm really excited. I can't find it anywhere nearby me. I had to order it through Flaviar. But being a person, I really love rum. I love a great rum. And I've been more recently getting into a lot of Balcones bottles. And I'll link some reviews up above and down below that you can check out afterwards. From both things, for rums and from Balcones. Gosh, that is so dark. It is red. It looks like deep, dark cola. I mean, it is carameled, and there's no color added to here, not chill filtered, anything like that. But it is so dark. Wow. All right, let's go for notes. Wow. Okay, that is not as... I was expecting a real punch of the ABV on that. Very fruity. Dark fruits. I mean, the ABV does show up a little bit, but it's nothing like what I expected at 58%. Like, just some dark, nice fruits. Plum. Maybe blackberry. A little bit of sweetness. It's a sweet dark. You can definitely tell the molasses on this. It's actually tickling my nose. I'm probably going to sneeze here. A little bit of brown sugar. Oh, man. That is very inviting for the proof. And the age as well. You get a bit of that pot still kind of charriness. There's a bit of char in there. But you don't get a lot of the classic. I mean, there's a little bit of vanilla, but not much of a caramel. It's very lacking in the caramel, which tends to be a very pronounced note for a lot of rums. It's just, again, crazy how dark it is for 2 years. Alrighty, with that all being said, let's go for taste. Ooh. Whoa. That is hefty. Whoa, there's a big burst of fruit at the end. Whoa. Yep. Trying to acclimate to the proof before we really dive deep into this one. But already, I'm in love. Wow. Okay. Let's go ahead and now go for notes. Blackberry charriness going on. Bit of oak. And then it kind of goes a little subtle. Sweet. Vanillas and caramel. And then it ramps itself up to an 11. Berry patch. You get raspberries and blackberries and plum and just all these woodland berries. It's sweet, but yet it's got so much heft because of that ABV and the pot stilling to it. Pot stills just tend to just encapsulate so many great flavors to things. And this is not a slouch. You get a bit of sweetness in there, but you can definitely tell it's molasses based. It's a thicker, heavier sweetness to it. But it's sweet. It's got almost, it's got that, what I've been calling the Balcones craft note, which is this kind of youthful taste to it. Not that it's bad, but it does have this craft, almost craft note to it. It's the weirdest thing to call it, but it's the closest thing I can put my finger on to call it that. Yeah. That vanilla is playing in there very lightly. It is like a thread of a needle. And I love this big burst of dark fruits at the end. It's hefty. But the blackberry, blueberries, the raspberries, it's all there at the end. Super, super great. Wow. I am so happy with this. My palate is so happy. Like it's not sugary sweet. It's, it doesn't have that what I call the caramel and vanilla come together to make like a cream soda note, and that tends to pull up a lot in a lot of rums. Here you don't really get that. I'm curious what a little water will do. Let's add just a drop or two into there. It might change it up, it might not. We'll just have to wait and see. All right, let's go for notes. Ooh. Actually made it go a little sweeter. Yeah, the craft note, that kind of, in their whiskey, it tends to go what I refer to as the wood varnish note. You get a little bit of that here. Not as strong here. But the ABV is not as pungent. But the blackberry is jumping out of here now. Yeah. Everything else is kind of toned down, but that blackberry sweetness is really showing up. Let's go for taste. Ooh. That craft wood varnish note is showing up very predominant here. Still get a bit of that berry patch note at the end. It's a little sweet. It actually holds up pretty well. The wood tannins, I think, is what's showing up here a little bit more. Getting a little bit more of oakiness quality out of there. Yeah. And it woke up that char a little bit more. But it's close. This is actually really nice, which makes me excited because it should hold up pretty well in a mixed drink to really showcase those flavors very, very well. Honestly, I like the neat version better, but the water version turned out pretty good too. All right, let's talk about market price, because we all know market price is market price, and it's always going to vary. I picked this up from Flaviar for $51, and it seems to float right around in that price depending on what kind of batch you have. And that all depends on what proof it is. For reference, this is rum 21-1, and the date on it was 7/2 of 21. So honestly, it's pretty close to it's mid-August 2022 now. So about a year ago. This is really good. So I've seen some prices go as high as in the mid-60s, the low 70s. I've seen a lot of them dance right around that $50 price range. $50 is a little high for most rums. I think where this one is really capsulating that price is that, A, it's a high proof. The nice high proof without being like an overproofed rum or being something that is just not made for sipping. This is great on so many levels. It's fruity, it's sweet, but yet it has so much more character than sweet. It's unlike any other rum I've ever tasted. One of my favorite rums is by Hard Truth, and their White Oak Reserve rum is one of my favorites. Honestly, if you're a whiskey drinker and you're looking to get into rums, this is a great bottle. And if you're a rum drinker that wants to start stepping into whiskey, I think this is a good option for you to start getting into them. This offers some great features on both sides of that fence because of its age, because of its method of making. Honestly, Balcones did a bang-up job, and I would have no problem recommending this at $50 if you're looking for those flavor profiles and maybe that high-proof stepping stone into the other realm. So yeah, there you have it. Balcones Texas Rum. If you have any questions about the bottle itself, go ahead and leave it down in the comment section below. I will do my best to answer it. and if you have any specific spirits I should go looking for. Also, let me know down below. I love doing these reviews and sharing with you the knowledge at home. And as always, may your last drink of the night be the best one.
You know, and I even like it might